There is something about medium format photography. It's not just the resolution and it's not just the dynamic range. It's the way it renders depth, the way it makes you feel. And when you pair that with a truly fast lens, that's where I feel magic happens. And this is the Fuji GF 55mm f1.7 lens. And I think it might just be one of Fuji's most interesting lenses of all time. Let's get into it. My first impressions, this thing is a tank. Solid metal construction, it feels like a premium piece of glass. Heavy, but in a way that inspires confidence. But a good lens isn't just about build quality, it's about what it can do. And this is where the 55mm f1.7 lens really shines. The bokeh, the autofocus elements are creamy and smooth. It perfectly separates the subject from the background, without looking overly processed or artificial. It's sharp, even wide open at f1.7, it's very crisp, but it's not clinical at all. It has character. If you want to gain a little more sharpness, stop it down to 2.8 or f4, and by f5.6 you are golden. But this is not what this lens is about. It's about shooting wide open on a medium format sensor. On the GFX system, 55mm gives you roughly 43mm full frame equivalent in terms of field of view. It's wide enough for storytelling but still intimate enough for portraits. And that f1.7 aperture on a medium format sensor is closer to f1.3 in terms of actual depth of field. That means insane subject separation with a natural perspective. It makes this lens perfect for portraits, but also a fantastic street and everyday lens, if you don't mind the size. The controls, Fuji nailed it. The aperture ring has a satisfying click to it, and the focus ring is battery smooth. Now let's talk low light performance. With an f1.7 aperture, this is the fastest medium format lens Fuji has ever made, and that's exactly how I tested it, low light, handheld, pushing the limits. It doesn't just survive in low light, it thrives. The autofocus holds up surprisingly well, even in challenging conditions and even on older GFX bodies. So, is it perfect? Not quite. It's big, it's heavy, and at $2,300 it's not exactly a cheap lens. But it's also special, and special lenses don't come cheap. For me, I use this lens for portraits, yes, but I also shoot other systems, Canon with f1.2 glass for example. The GFX though, it gives me a different kind of image, a different kind of feel to my images. If you are serious about portrait photography and you are on the GFX system, this lens is an investment, and one that in my opinion pays off very well at the end. It's big, it's expensive, but it's also one of the most beautiful lenses I've ever shot with, and I fully believe this is Fuji's best lens to date. Hope you enjoyed this episode, and if you did, leave a like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Bye bye!